Good morning, everyone. Oh, golly, interesting times. All right. Had my youngest daughter here with my oldest daughter for a day, recuperating from guess what? A copperhead bite. Copperheads are poisonous, but their venom isn't as lethal or strong as a rattlesnake, for example. So, and as the blessing has it, it only one fang got her. Yeah. Uh, Most copperhead bites don't require hospitalization or anti venom, and but this is the first time in gosh more than 20 years that one of ours here and being in the deep in the mountains on our farm got bit by a copperhead. And it wasn't on the farm either. But anyway, so her foot's nice swelled up, and she's uh, immediately started taking the activated charcoal, which collects the poison in the system and neutralizes it. Anyway, so she was doing pretty good, sleeping a lot. So I said, once she got up from her afternoon nap, I said, "So how you feeling?" She says, "I'm a little lethargic and I have a headache." I'm going, "Okay." She says, "Yeah, but I think that's because I haven't had any coffee." I said, "Well, do you want a cup?" And she said, "No." I love that about my children. They go, they hear something, I go, "Oh, I'm going to go and check that out." She read up a lot on, okay, get bitten, what do you do? And one thing is, don't drink anything with caffeine. Yes, okay. All right, it's probably because caffeine makes you more hyper, and that it's not necessarily a good thing, and gets the blood flowing and thinner, and I don't know what. And also, she couldn't take any medicine either. It's not advisable to take anything for the pain, which it was very tender where she got bit and in her foot, that swelled up. And so it's good. I'm going, up good. Glad she read up on all that, right? Yes, a good thing. Anywho, so she left in the evening. She has to go to work today, which I think you could call in for work. We all advise her to just stay home and take care of that foot, and see how you feel. You still have to monitor yourself, right? You never know. It is poison, a pretty good poison. And she's like, "No, no, no. I feel pretty good today, and I don't have to do a whole lot of walking or anything. And so, no, I'm gonna go to work. And but as probably if you call in the work and say, I got bit by a poisonous snake, my foot's a balloon right now, they probably go, yeah, oh yeah, gosh, oh gosh, don't die on us, right? Yeah. She's like, no, I'm gonna go to work. Yeah. Amazing how resilient my children are. Baby's gnawing on her, cleaning her foot. Anywho, so there we go. Uh, oh, on another note, uh, my grandson's been talking about this movie, and I believe it's called The Woman and the Sea. And I can think, huh, never heard of the movie. It must be a newer movie. And he's like, it's PG, Grozy. Can we watch it? I really want to watch that movie. So yesterday, I finally says, okay, let's sit and watch it together. Mommy approved. So, wow. It's a true story, based on a true story. And the woman's name was Trudy Everly. And she was the first woman and broke the record of swimming the English Channel, 21 miles, something like that. And What an amazing movie! I have to say, I watched mesmerized. Well done, really well done. It's a PG, okay? So yeah, you won't find all the stuff that people now expect, and I have to say it that way. If people didn't want it, it wouldn't exist. These movies that are rated R and or rated mature and all that jazz, and it's just it's like if you couldn't you guys make all these movies without all that stuff in it that now I can't watch it, don't want to watch it, especially when it comes to the foul language. And so anyway, this is not great, great movie to watch with your children. That the woman and the sea, and of course, most people would look at it as, oh yeah, the first woman to do that. Yeah, and she broke all the guys' records, or the few who did, do that before, and people perished doing that, died doing that. Okay, just saying. And here's a woman. That's not how it felt like to me, because throughout the whole movie, the joy of swimming, the joy of swimming that this woman found with difficulties and consequences of loving the sea, swimming in the sea. Okay, it went beyond gender. It I looked at that and going, here is someone, a person, a human being. What does it matter if it's a man or a woman? Who loved something so deeply that the physical aspects of what she then did went beyond a human being's capabilities, really, when it comes down to it. And I'm watching this and again I'm going, this is exactly when the spirit and the body unite in joy, in something that isn't just, oh, I want to beat the guys. That's not what it was for this woman. I want to beat the guys. I want to do this. It was something more, something joyful, something amazing for herself she wanted to accomplish because of what she was capable of physically and in spirit, with the gift given to her, that resilience to overcome, for example. Right? So gender didn't have anything to do for me with it. It was the person. I looked at the individual, the person, the human being, right, that did something that was fabulous, and on how she got there, the obstacles, including people who were against, because she was a woman, afraid she might actually succeed, the obstacles put in her way, and how she was even sabotaged the first time around. Okay. Also, the family, and how the family stood behind her and encouraged her. And for some, it took some time to acknowledge again what was so great about that human being, and how that human being recognized the potential within. Yeah, it's a great movie. I suggest it to everyone to watch it. It's just amazing. Amazing. And again, uh, I feel that anyone's accomplishments, it doesn't matter as a man or a woman, if it's looked like, oh, it's an accomplishment because it's a man, because it's a woman, I think that's degrading a person's accomplishments, in my opinion. Okay, anywho. We're in the last book of Esther. Yes, I'm still dealing with this good cold. But every day a little better, due to the fact that my youngest daughter was here, and of course the kids were They had to see that foot, and oh, you got bit by a snake. Let's see. So, oh, yeah. And they all took very good care of her. And but due to that, to the fact that my youngest daughter was here, my other daughter also came with everyone, and so the whole house was just full of people. You know, and lots of talking, and my oldest daughter trying to work. Yeah, that was pretty funny and did accomplish still what she needed to do because they're getting ready to go to on vacation tomorrow. And but it was such a fun filled, lots of conversation filled, visiting filled, middle of the day, middle of the week day. Yes, yeah, yeah. Everybody loved it, and I find it so always so how do you say satisfying and on how my children and our family just pulls together, right? Yes, with the grandchildren, everybody just pulls together when something like this happens. Like my daughter gets bit by a poisonous snake, right? Then everybody, yes, yeah, comes together. This is wonderful. I love it. Yeah. All right. Oh, do I love that you got bit by a snake? Okay, now, come on now. Okay, so we are in the last little part of Esther. And then we're in the first book again, golly, of Maccabees. Maccabees. Maccabee. Okay, let's go here. Praise, that's the book of Esther 10. Praise of Mordecai. King Ahasuerus put not only the mainland under tribute, but the Mediterranean islands as well. All his feats of power and valor, and the account of the high honor to which he raised Mordecai, all this is recorded in the book of the Annals of the Kings and of Media and Persia. Okay. And Mordecai the Jew was next in rank to King Ahasuerus. He was a man held in respect among the Jews, esteemed by thousands of his brothers, a man who sought the good of his people and cared for the welfare of his entire race. How about everybody else? Mhm. And Mordecai said, all this is God's doing. I remember the dream I had about these matters, nothing of which has failed to come true. The little spring that became a river, the light that shone, the sun, the flood of water. Esther is the river, she whom the king married and made queen. The two dragons are Haman and myself. The nations are those that banded together to blot out the name of Jew. The single nation, mine, is Israel, those who cried out to God and were saved. Yes, the Lord has saved his people. The Lord has delivered us from all these evils. God has worked such signs and great wonders as have never occurred among the nations. Okay. Two destinies he appointed, one for his own people, one for the nations at large. And these two destinies were worked out at the hour and time and day laid down by God, involving all the nations. In this way, God has remembered his people and vindicated his heritage. And for them, these days, the 14th and 15th of the month of Adar, are to be days of assembly of joy and of gladness before God through all generations and forever among his people Israel. Okay. I think I said already everything to all of this. Now here, it seems like that the stories all are just little chapters of going from one thing to the other, and then the book is closed, the chapter's closed, and that's it. What I don't find is the purpose of it all. Just so, what, that God can keep his heritage of what exactly? Anyway, it is what it is, right? Yes. So things went well here. Right? As I said, the massacres supposedly that could have, they didn't happen. And regardless of whatever. So is it again written down in a way more forcefully, more strange, more forceful, like, yeah, God did, when the Jews were attacked, then God came down and he made sure everybody else perished. Does it have to be in there like that, so that then what, God finds what, greater favor among the people? Or fear that oh, we better fear the God of the Jews? Is that it? Why are things written down in a way that we're already being told ahead of time? It's not really true. It didn't really happen like that. It's just a tale. Why? Why can't we just write things down as they are? Why are these things not recorded just as they were, as they are? Why is God being pulled again into something that I have to say, but what is the purpose of it? Right? What's the purpose of it? Well, anyway, let's just keep reading. It is what it is. There's a little note to the Greek translation of the book. In the 4th year of the reign of Ptolemy and Cleopatra, Dositheus, who affirmed that he was a priest and Levite, and Ptolemy, his son, brought the foregoing letter concerning Purim. They vouched for its authenticity, the translation having been made by Lysimachus, son of Ptolemy and member of the Jerusalem community. Oh yeah, so they also told us that stuff in italics, so that was anyway, that doesn't mean anything to me, nothing at all, but there was a mention of all kinds of people. That's it. That's the end of the book of Esther. Made about as much sense as nothing to me. When it comes to what exactly? Don't know. No idea. To finish this up, people like to use the book of Revelations, the last book in the Bible. It's a apocalyptic. It's a disaster book, right? Yes, end of time, da da da. And people seem to just love using that book for all kinds of, not even warnings, just threats, slander, gossip, cussing. Yes. And I thought, man, and it was used in a way against someone. I'm going, that doesn't even have anything to do with what did I start out with this, the woman in the sea? Right? It doesn't even have that just because the whatever situation was addressed as her doesn't mean that that was a woman, that a woman is described in there, right? Yes. And if anyone has just read part of the book of Revelations, one knows that, right? It's a human condition that is being addressed there, that one needs to get out of, right? And it has a gender, right? Yes, okay, as other parts in it have another gender, right? And again, does it have anything to do with the gender in the book, right? No, it doesn't, right? It does not. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go and check out the a little more in depth where the book of Revelation came from and why it is in the Bible. Because to me, it's an absolute fairy tale. I don't believe a thing in it, okay? Because it all sounds just wishy-washy nonsense. And I do not believe that the book of Revelations is any part of God. I go and check it out. It's made up of tablets of curses. That came from where? I've said this many times. When I come across in the Bible that God's cursing people, cursing his own creation, I do not believe that. I'm a parent. I would never curse my own children. Maybe question, or my grandchildren, maybe question sometimes their behavior and go, whoa, gotta do something there if I can. But cursing them? And God would not do that either as a heavenly parent. No, he wouldn't. So don't give me that. It's all man-made baloney. Okay? Unhappy people for one reason or another. And then they come up with this kind of stuff. The blame game, as I call it. The slander game, as I call it. Huh? Yes? Yes. Serves many people so they don't have to look at themselves. Huh? Yes? Their own actions, their own problems, their own what they need to restore. Well, anyway, so sure enough, why is that even in the Bible? I have no idea. No idea. And the thing is, so yeah, but well, you know what? Then let's just throw Jesus to the wind as well, because Jesus, with his sacrifice on the cross, clearly tells us. And then his last words, Father, please forgive them. They do not know what they're doing. Why did forgive them? They don't know what they're doing. Hanging on the cross dying. That's what he said. Then how does a book like the Revelations make sense? Huh? If Jesus would have hung there and cursed the crap out of them people now, I guess then we could go with that. But he didn't. And yet someone decided to put a curse book, a witchcraft book, that's what it is, at the end of the Bible. And people happily are using it. Jesus did not teach us that in the New Testament. Yet it is the last book in the Testament. And you know what? It's the only book to be said. You can't add anything and you can take away anything. Really? Why? It's a horrible book at the end of the New Testament. It's full of nonsense. And people happily are using it against each other. That's horrible. Well, anyway, that's what I have to say. And goes absolutely against Jesus' teachings. 100%. If you believe in the book of Revelations, you act upon the book of Revelations to use it against other human beings, you are not following Christ. Done. Oh, where did that all come from? Anywho, there. Yes. Oh, what did I just do? No, I'm just giving you direction. That's not cussing and cursing someone out. When you give direction, tough love, give direction, and let people know, how much more stupid can you get? Tell me. I guess I will get to see that too. Unless you start trying to find some solid ground. Someplace. Start building those foundations yourself. Not depend on others. Yes? Or happily depend on others to go, well, that suits me. For one reason or another. Well, anyway. So, Book of Esther is done. Maccabees next. Yes. What a ride this is. What a journey. And I've got all these books lined up to do the same thing. Yes, yeah, I might just go down in the record books for the most videos on YouTube. No. Yeah, now it's time to go and check out. My grandchildren are doing fix and breakfast. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you. Yes, don't get fooled by others, please. Yes, and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.